Hello and welcome back to our FM22 Journeyman, where we are here with Hertha Berlin for our first matches in charge. We're against Augsburg and Bayern Munich, so literally no pressure in our first couple of weeks in the job then. Obviously, if you've been following along, we have recently been fired by Manchester City and we're now over in Germany. It's our first job over on foreign shores and we're about to start off on our journey. But before we do so, if you do enjoy today's video, please do drop a like down below. This is obviously video number 1 of the Hertha Berlin part of the journey, and it really does help. Every like, comment, bit of engagement we can get on the video when it's the first in the series does help out with the rest of the journey. YouTube loves those likes, so make sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already and want to see how we do with Hertha Berlin, please hit the subscribe button. Without further ado though, before we start with our first match against Augsburg, we're going to have a little bit of a meet the first 11, or what we consider is the first 11. I'll let you guys have a look at the tactic that we've built and what we're going to sort of be using probably for much of the rest of the season. We are obviously in January, but as of yet, no transfers, at least no transfers in on the horizon. So this is what our team is going to look like for this first match in charge. We have got Cohen Castells, our goalkeeper. We can see he's Belgian. He came over to Hertha Berlin for £16 million last season. And he is getting good average ratings. He's had consistently good average ratings since the 21-22 season with Wolfsburg. But I just don't like him very much because he seems to concede a huge amount of goals, as we can see. But he's going to probably be our number 1 in between the sticks. Over at left back, we've got Marc Cucurella. He's a Spanish left back, formerly of Mönchengladbach of Brighton, which is where I assume he maybe is in real life. Although it looks like at the start he would have been at Getafe, so maybe ignore that last statement. We brought him over to Hertha Berlin a few seasons ago for £44.5 million. Again, he's a fairly consistent performer, doesn't really have too bad a seasons. This season he's got on the assist charts a bit. Not obviously in the goals, but you wouldn't really expect as a left back. He's kind of all right. My one sort of thing, I don't think maybe his technical ability is quite as good as I'd like it to be, but there we go. Right back, we have got Kevin Valdez, and this is a guy I was looking to actually bring to Manchester City, because he is, as we can see on the information page, a wonder kid. And of course, when you're at Hertha Berlin, what are you meant to do apart from buy in wonder kids and play those in your team? He's going to be playing as our first choice right back, as a wing back over here. We can kind of see he's all right. He's got bags of potential. I feel like he's going to be the guy that is going to be there for much of this season. We recently paid £49 million for him to bring him over from Spain. Our centre-back partnership is probably going to be this one. So we've got Ozan Kabak, who's a Turkish centre-back. Again, been at Hertha Berlin for a number of seasons now. I think maybe in real life at the moment, potentially at Schalke. He obviously on here went on loan to Liverpool, then on loan to Norwich, and then finally came over to Hertha Berlin. Has been fairly consistent since then. He's probably our best choice at centre-back. We're then going to be playing Mohamed Del Port as well. A Belgian, I believe, again, wonder kid. No, just a centre-back, not a wonder kid, this boy. Oh, what a letdown. But nonetheless, some good potential there, and I think he's perfectly capable for playing that centre-back role, so he's going to be partnering with Kabak. In midfield then, we've got Eggestein. He is a German midfielder. He's probably at Werder Bremen in real life right now, by the looks of it. And he's been in Germany basically his entire career. He's been either at Werder Bremen, he went to Freiburg for a little bit and then came to us for 10.5 million. He's just fairly consistent. He won't be there forever, but for this season, he's going to be there I think, for the majority of it. We've then got Sidney Raybiger, who is also a German 22-year-old midfielder. We're going to be playing as a central midfielder. He's got really good first touch and good passing as well as good acceleration and stamina, so he'll be there in that midfield partnership. Over on the left, we've got this guy, and if you think I could pronounce that name, you are sadly mistaken. We're going to be calling this guy Kavarat, I think, because that's as many syllables as I can actually pronounce of that. Going to be playing as our inverted winger. Very good at dribbling, really good first touch and good technique. Again, as a winger, his crossing lets him down, which does seem to be a bit of a trait of this team. On the opposite side, we've got this guy, Simon Techachoa. He's another German, I believe. Again, class as a wonder kid. He is as a wonder kid. He's going to be playing on that side. His crossing actually not too bad at 14. At least we have one side of the field of wingers that can actually cross balls into the box. We're then going to be playing, at least for this first game, Schubert here. Now that would normally be someone else. It would be Torres, I think he's called, but he is injured, so we're going to be starting with Schubert, who is a German. He can play in a number of roles. We're going to be playing as a centre attacking midfielder purely because I think he plays there quite well, at least in terms of attributes. His dribbling and first touch and passing are all very, very good. So he's going to be starting there. And up front, we've got Lorenzo Luca playing as a complete forward. Really good finishing, good, decent dribbling, decent first touch, really good heading, and a really good jumping reach as well. He's been here for just this season. He came in for 6.5 million. He scored 6 goals so far. Hopefully he can add a few more to his name. Other players we've got that I think will be important. Traore, that's who I was talking about, who is injured for a few weeks at the moment. This guy, Bahari Akichayek, we looked at last episode. If you missed that one, pop back and have a look. We would be playing him as a right back, but he's unhappy at the club and also has a £31.5 million release clause. And both Man United and Bayern Munich have met that release clause. So I'm not expecting him to be around much longer. Hence the fact that I've automatically started with Valdez over on that right-hand side. Just to start as we mean to go on, rather than starting this other guy for the first match. And then before we face Bayern Munich, needing to bring someone else in because he's left the club and gone to Man United. And that may be disrupting us. Obviously, our first match in charge, we did have a friendly against Nantes. I played them just to get a little bit of sort of idea of how the team would line up. Oh, I forgot, of course, though, we are in Germany, which does mean we get some lovely, lovely graphics at the start, although apparently no faces, which is a little bit, not sure I like that. But this really, really nice. As we can see, we are in 5th place. We need to finish 3rd or above, so we need to finish and qualify for the Champions League as per the board's request. However, that's only 3rd and above in the Bundesliga, so that is something we need to kind of consider. And at the moment, I think Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen are pretty much running away with the league. So it's going to be pretty much catch up with Borussia Dortmund. Luca there getting his head to that cross, trying to add his first under our charge. With that, I really, like I said, good jumping reach. If we can get some crosses into the box of him and some good set piece corners in, I think he should be able to grab a few goals. Another shot for us there, but nothing coming of that one. Augsburg here, way down at the bottom of the league. We will try and get the league table up as well. There we go. Augsburg all the way down here, basically in the 16th place position, which is kind of playoff positions by the looks of it. So you kind of play off with the league below, so it's kind of relegation but not relegation spot. Schubert here to Techahua. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so hard for me to say all these names quickly. Valdez is already injured, so we're going to have to look at switching him out, which is a bit of a concern given obviously our main right back is going. But Techahua, our wonder kid over on that right hand wing, really good goal. Our first of while we're in charge of Hertha Berlin, and it is a really good one. Schubert here to Egerstein, who then back to Schubert, sees Techahua outside the box and just curls that one in. Absolutely beautiful goal to start us off. We are, however, going to have to make some changes here because Valdez is injured, so I guess for this we bring on Stefan Jaeger. I think was our next player we could bring in there. So we're going to bring in Stefan Jaeger. We're still going to avoid, if we can help it, bringing on Bahiri Akicek, because he's obviously, like I said, going to be leaving the club. So why bring him on? And Cucurella has got a yellow card over on that other side, so we'll just tell him to ease off the tackles and go again. Obviously very much in charge of this match so far. 63% possession, 8 shots. Cannot ask for much of a better start than this. Looking really forward to playing this season with Hertha Berlin, and hopefully many more. Could this be the side that we actually go and win the Champions League with? It is entirely possible, I guess. Cucurella with a corner into Luca. That man, obviously, I've been mentioning how tall he is, how good his head is, and how important it was going to be to get these set pieces into him correctly. And that one proves exactly why. Corner here into the near post for Luca to run onto, and absolutely thumps that one past the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper not really standing very much chance at all there. That was beautiful. This is exactly what we want to be seeing from him this season. I think set pieces into him are going to be all important this season. We've had a lot of shots. We're very happy with that. No problems. Continue as is, guys. We are going to see a Augsburg highlight here, though, with them starting with the ball. They've not obviously had a lot of it in this match so far, but they are looking to build an attack here. It's whether we can close them down before they get much closer to us in the box, because as we've mentioned, we do perhaps have a little bit of a dodgy goalkeeper, getting very good ratings, but equally seeming to be a little bit leaky. Luca here playing a ball forward in front of Kavart, we're never going to be able to say his name, and Schubert there trying a massively long shot from range, almost catching the goalkeeper out. Cucurella with another corner. I'm guessing this is going to be into Luca as well, but this time it is cleared away by an Augsburg defender, but only as far as one of our players. We almost get another cross back into the box. Instead, it looks like it's been blocked. Nothing going to come of that bit of play. And that is a really strange start to a highlight there. Just starting sort of in the middle of a highlight with us in the box. Never mind. We're looking to build another attack here, though. Into Luca again. Luca playing it into Schubert. Schubert really should be doing much better with that chance there. That is a little bit of a let off for Augsburg, I think. And now we are going to be looking to make some substitutions. Rayberg not having the best match I've ever seen. He can probably come off. The problem is I don't remember where everyone plays. Nihos I remember was there, so we're going to confirm that sub and bring him on in that position just to play a little bit of game time. He is now taking the corner, and we have scored another corner. This time it is Ozan Kabak, the man to nod it home. Once again, another corner into that near post. Neyhouse making an instant impact with that delivery. Where was Luca on this one? Just out of interest. I'm not sure where he was. It doesn't matter. We've scored one. We've got 2 people who are deadly on set pieces. I will take it. Another set piece start here for us. This time a throw-in. Jaeger playing this one all the way back to Ozan Kabak. And Cucurella very involved with all passages of play today that I've noticed. Tucha Choa, I cannot say any of these names fast. Luca this time adding another goal to his name. How had he only scored 6 in the league before we got here this season? Because he looks like an absolutely lethal striker in this German league. Techahoa there, pulling that one back to Jaeger, into Luca, hitting that one first time past the goalkeeper, and he never really looked like he wasn't going to score once he had that played into his feet. We do have time for one more substitution. We're going to bring on Gianluca Itier over here on the left-hand side, just because Cucurella obviously has that yellow card. I don't want him sort of picking up a second yellow in the last match of play. Ozan Kabak bringing a player down there. Referee is waved play on. Apparently it's absolutely fine. Stern German football there. Brilliant. Itier straight into the thick of it here. Luca forward to Kavarts here. Can he do anything with this? It's back to Itier. Itier now over to Ergenstein. It's crossed into the box for Techahoa to knock for back his second goal of the match. It's another header Apparently Augsburg, I do remember in the build up to this looking and seeing that they weren't very good at dealing with crosses, and really my statisticians, my analysis was not kidding. They really cannot deal with crosses, and we are now 5-0 up. You couldn't ask for much of a better start than a 5-0 win when you've got a team, so I'm very happy with this. Our next match in charge, of course, is against Bayern Munich, and I feel like that might be a little bit different of a test. Be very interesting to see how we could actually compete against them. Luca over to Techahoa here. Techahoa just dancing away from that tackle there and getting almost what would have been a very fine assist into Gavart over on the left hand side. Just cleared on by Augsburg here, and we are just going to build up another attack. Techahoa is brought down as we attempt to mount that counter attack, and we are just going to get a free kick out of it, but it's not delivered very well in all honesty, but it isn't going to matter because that is full time on the clock. Referee is going to blow the final whistle, and we are going to get a 5-0 win on the opening match for us in charge. We need to sort this out because I do not want to be doing pressers. Come on now. That does obviously keep us in 5th, but we are now 1 point behind Borussia Dortmund. They have a game in hand. All we can kind of do now, though, is keep winning our games. That's what's most important. As we can see, we've got Hoffenheim. We need to catch up with them. Borussia Dortmund are the main team we are chasing in 3rd. I think Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen are probably a step too far this season, but we are going to at least attempt to catch them up. We are now going to make our way over as well to the Bayern Munich match. I'm going to have a look at maybe getting some transfers in between now and then. I'll see you in 7 days time. Be right back. So we have managed to make a couple of transfers. The first one being Dino Kralj. He is a centre-back of Croatian nationality. We've paid a fee of potentially up to £10 million for him. He is currently, as you can see, a Bundesliga standard player already and could improve significantly in the future. So I think this could end up being a little bit of a steal. I can't remember where we got him from. Sevilla. Hence probably the bit of a premium, him coming from a European club. But we did need some centre-backs. And actually, he offers a nice little bit of squad depth in that position. We've also signed a second centre-back in Catalan Stan, who is a Romanian centre-back. He's come over from Romania, from a club over there. We haven't paid a huge amount of money for him, as we can see, 1.6 million. Again, he'll be a nice backup. He is a current Bundesliga standard player who could improve significantly. So a couple of nice potential players there for the future. Whether or not they both obviously make it is another thing. We're going to add one of them to the subs bench right now before this match against Bayern Munich. For this match against Bayern Munich, though, we are going with an identical lineup to last one because it did work really well. I am starting to see players wanted by others as well. Michael Schubert wanted by West Ham. Cucurella wanted by IB Leipzig. We've got Amari down here, Bayer Leverkusen and Ajax. I think this might be the slight problem of being in this sort of team. So in Germany, we don't necessarily have the biggest reputation compared to maybe an English club, for example. We are coming along very well with our tactical familiarity, though. So as I said, anyway, stop rambling, James. The same team as the last match going into this match against Bayern Munich. Hopefully we can get off to another good start here and a good win. Kai Havertz is in their team, as is Serge Gnabry as well. They are obviously top of the league for a reason. We're kind of going to go out there and kind of see how we do, really. I'm not sure I'm expecting a win here, given the absolute dominance of Bayern Munich in most saves in Germany and Germany in real life. Although, of course, they did recently get knocked out by Villarreal in the Champions League. So we can see they have got chinks in their armour. It is possible to beat them. It just seems unlikely we're going to do so in Football Manager in this save. Not at the start of our adventure with Hertha Berlin. Maybe in the future, but I think beating them today might be beyond us. It'll just be interesting to see how we do against them. Though we're going to encourage the team straight off the bat. We can see we are absolutely flying through the highlights here. We've not got one in the first half yet, and looking at it, Bayern Munich very much the team ahead. I think we're going to drop to cautious just to try and stop them from having as many shots as maybe they would normally. If we can kind of control possession a little bit and hit them on the counter, or just kind of stop them from having too many shots, that would be great. At the moment, we are getting 0 highlights in this first half. We have got a yellow card in the form of Kevin Valdez, though, playing out on that right-hand side. And our first highlight of the game is going to be a corner into Havertz here for Bayern Munich. It has been cleared, but again, Bayern Munich are going to regain possession and attempt to go on the attack again. De Jong here out wide to Alphonso Davies. He's going to pop that one into the box. We are managing to clear it quite well and actually defend this set piece, which is, I guess, at this point stopped being a set piece attack and is now just turned into an attack, and it is Bayern Munich. So anytime they are this close to the goal, it is quite scary. And of course, Havertz being in the box itself is scary, and I do not seem to be able to escape this man. I've literally changed countries and the man is following me, and I have no desire to have him on my channel, so we're going to completely ignore that he is there. Havertz, however, fantastic player. Not surprised to see him involved in a goal. Not surprised to see him at Bayern Munich at all, to be honest. Surprised, like, actually, that maybe he didn't end up there in real life rather than going to Chelsea. But glad he's come over to Chelsea. It's a privilege to see him in the Premier League. We are going to concede a second goal here against Bayern Munich, and I did think this would be a step too far for us today. It is proving to be so. Del Port as well is having an absolute stinker of a match. That is a really, really good ball forward there. Bayern Munich just doing Bayern Munich things here and dismantling us bit by bit, showing their absolute German dominance. I think we do go back to positive maybe, and I think as well Del Port, although we are playing Bayern Munich, probably needs to come off because he is having an awful match. We're going to bring on Dino Courage for his debut. Give him some game time. No pressure, lad. We're losing 2-0 to Bayern Munich. Can you go out there and maybe shore up our defence a little bit? That would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. Off you go. Enjoy your debut. We have got really, really smacked up today here, though. And this is going to be very much the trouble of trying to go up the league now. I think we pretty much comfortably probably beat most teams around us, but then we're going to struggle against the Bayern Munichs, the Bayer Leverkusens and the Borussia Dortmund. Petra Hoa has also got an injury, which is less than ideal. I think the backup to him is probably Kamak over on that side. And then who else do we want to bring off? We'll make another substitution, I think. Let's take off Egerstein again. We'll do exactly what we did last time and bring on Neuhaus there, and let's see if Neuhaus can have the same impact he did last time. Obviously getting an assist the moment he came off the bench last time was very, very nice. If he could do that today, I will take it. If he can get 2, I will take it. I feel like actually getting a goal here against Bayern Munich, though, is going to be a bit beyond us today. Although Bayern Munich seem to be playing pretty dirty, because they've got 3 yellow cards just in this second half, 4 in total. We've got 1, but they do just seem to be stopping any attacking emphasis we would have by hook or by crook today. And the complete lack of highlights is a little bit concerning in this match. We have just got a second yellow card ourselves. It is a little bit concerning. The highlights have basically been the goals, and that's kind of been it. We'll tell the team I don't really like what I saw, but I did kind of expect it. We have a 50% record now in our time at Hertha Berlin, which is, I guess it is to be accepted with our second match in charge being against Bayern Munich. Looking ahead though, what have we got coming up? I guess our next big matches are these matches against Chelsea in the first knockout round of the Europa League. So I'm thinking what we do is play through the rest of the transfer window in a bit of February, and we are going to come back for FC Köln, because again, I love their badge. They've got a goat in it. It's brilliant. And the second leg against Chelsea, I think those are the matches we come back for. There's not a huge amount else going on in between those ones, so we'll be coming back in tomorrow's episode with FC Köln and Chelsea. Of course, if you have enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like down below. It will really, really help out with the YouTube algorithm, especially with this being a new part to the series and a part 1. It'd be lovely if we can get some more eyes on it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button and check out the content which is on the end screen after this. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for the matches against FC Köln and Chelsea. See you there. Bye-bye.